Good morning, student. Let's continue our chapter on the face of it from our book Vistas. And this chapter, as you know that it's a form of a drama, and there are two main part of the story or the characters. Number one, the Derry, who is a boy of 14 years old, and the Lamb, it means the man who is really a man of words, the man of positive vibrations, and both of them are facing some kind of physical impairments. As far as we are talking about Derry, who is a boy of 14 years old, his half face is burnt because of acid, and Lamb, who has blown his leg when he was in war. So students, let's continue. Come to page number 59 and very first line. Mr. Lamb, no. Derry, are not you interested? Lamb, you are a boy who came into the garden. Plenty do. I am interested in anybody, anything. There's nothing God made that doesn't interest me. Look over there, over beside the far wall. What can you see? Here, Lamb is not interested to listen anything about the burnt face of Derry, and Derry is so much surprised to see that there is someone who is not scared to see the face of Derry. Derry, rubbish. Lamb, rubbish? Look, boy, look, what do you see? Derry, just grass and stuff. Weeds. Weeds? What is the meaning of the weeds, student? Weeds, it means unwanted plants. Here, Lamb is talking to Derry that what can he see over there, and there in the apple orchard there are so many weeds also. Lamb, some call weeds, some call them weeds. If you like, then a weed garden that there's fruit and there are flower. It means to say beauty lies in the eyes of the viewer. If you can see that, of course it's an apple orchard, but the weeds are also there. That is why Derry is only looking the weeds, but Lamb is looking the apple and the beauty of the orchard, and trees and herbs all sorts. But over there weeds, I grow weeds there. Why is one green growing plant called a weed and another flower? Where's the difference? It's all life growing same as you and me. It means to say Lamb is really very positive about the life. He is saying here that in his apple orchard there are not only so many apple trees as well as green grass also, and some people call them weeds, but weeds are also the part of this garden. So here we are living the different life. Some are living the life like a flower plant, some are living the life like apple tree, and some are living the life just as weeds. Derry, we are not the same. Mr. Lamb, I am old, you are young. You have got a burnt face, I have got a tin leg. Not important. You are standing there, I am sitting here, where's the difference? Lamb is saying there is no difference between you and me. Yes, of course, there is a difference that I am an old person and you are quite young. Derry, why have you got a tin leg? Lamb, real one got blown off years back. Lamby Lamb, some kids say, haven't you heard them? You will Lamby Lamb, its fate doesn't trouble me. Lamb is very happy with the name Lamby Lamb. He says to Derry that because he has lost his leg in war, and some kids call him Lamby Lamb, but he is happy with the name, and he is also saying that this name suits to him. Derry, but you can put on trousers and cover it up. No one sees. They don't have to notice and stare. Here the really embarrassment of Derry because of his burnt face is revealing clearly that he is really feel embarrassed when someone see his burnt face and comment on it. He is saying that of course you have a burnt leg, but you have an opportunity to cover your leg wearing a trouser and something else, but I can't cover my face, and anybody can see it very clearly and make comments on it. Derry, oh, it's all relative, beauty and the beast. Beauty and the beast. Derry, what's that supposed to mean? Lamb, you tell me, Derry. You need not think they haven't all told me fairy story before. It's not what you look like, it's what you are inside. And handsome is as handsome. Does beauty love the monstrous beast for himself? And when she kissed him, he changed into a handsome prince. Only he would have stayed a monstrous beast. I won't change. There is really very frustrated. He says to Lamb that I really have to live such like a ugly face, and in my life there will be no magic as in the life of a prince who was living a life of monstrous, and some princess came to his life, kissed him, and he was changed into a beautiful prince. But no, it will be no miracle in my life no more. Lamb, in that way you want, Derry? No, one will kiss me over only my mother, and she kisses me on the other side of my face. I don't like my mother to kiss me. She does it because she has to. Derry, he thinks that no one likes him, no one loves him, only his mother who loves him and kisses him on the other side of the face, not on the burned side, on the other side. And she kissed because she have to do, because she is my mother and it's her duty. It's really she have to kiss me forcefully because she is my mother, and there is no one on the earth who can love me, who can kiss me. Lamb, oh, but do you care if you never kiss them? Derry, what? Girls, pretty girls, long hair, large eyes, people you love, Derry, wouldn't let me note one. Who can tell? I won't ever look different. When I am as old as you, I will look the same. I will still only have half a face. Derry, he is telling what distress he is feeling right now, but Lamb, who is always trying to make his mind really divert from his negative thoughts, from his negativity, he is trying to change his thought about the positive aspects here. So he is diverting his mind by the various examples of his own life. Derry, do you think this is the world? This old garden, Lamb, when I am here, not the only one but the world as much as anywhere. Derry, does your leg hurt you? Lamb, tin doesn't hurt, boy. When it came off, did it? Certainly. And now I mean where the tin stops, at the top, and now then in wet weather. It doesn't signify. Oh, that's something else they all say. Look at all those people who are in pain and brave, never cry and never complain and don't feel sorry for themselves. Lamb is saying that tin legs never hurt me, but it doesn't work as my original leg can. Derry, who really listening all the words of Lamb very carefully and feels pity in his heart. Lamb, I haven't said it, and thinks of all those people worse off than you. Think you might have been blinded, born deaf, or have to live in a wheelchair, or be daft in your head and dribble. What the words are just Derry wants to say here, that of course there are so many people in the world, really from since the very first day of their birth, they are not able to hear a single word, they are not able to speak anything, and even they will have to spend all the life only on wheelchair. It means to say Derry really started to change his mind, and he is here trying to consoling Mr. Lamb that if you have a burnt leg, if you have a tin leg, it doesn't mean anything to you, because there are so many people in the world who are living their life such in miserable conditions that will the worse than you, and that's all true and you know it. Derry, it wouldn't make my face change. Do you know, one day a woman went by me in the street. I was at a bus stop. She was with another woman and she looked at me. She said, whispered, only I heard her. She said, look at that, that's a terrible thing, that's a face only a mother could love. Derry is sharing his experience with Lamb that yesterday or maybe some other day there were two women, they were discussing about the burnt face of Derry, and they were saying that of course it's a very ugly face and no one can love him because he has a burnt face. Here the conversation will be continued between the Derry and Lamb, and we will continue tomorrow, students. Goodbye.